ass mess. But I mean, I need to go get ready, but not really, because I have nowhere to go. We're in quarantine and nowhere to go. um, so this morning, my 5-year-old proceeded to wake up and tell me that his stomach was hurting, and I know my 5-year-old enough to know that that's never a good thing with him. Especially when he wakes up with it, I already know where it's going. And sure enough, about a half hour later, he threw up. And then the poor thing decided to go get some water, and he downed it. And I was like, Brantley, you're gonna throw it up. You're gonna throw all that water up. And he's like, no, I'm not. And sure enough, he threw up all the water he drank. So I've got a little one with the stomach flu today. So, yay. No fever, so that's good. And there's no COVID symptoms, obviously. So that's good. It's just stomach bug. I don't know. And the funny thing is we really haven't been anywhere for him to get it. So, yay. So, yeah, these last couple of weeks have been really crazy. I keep meaning to update, but it's so hard right now. So much has happened since my last update. I think the last time I made a pregnancy update, I was 22 weeks, and I think that was in January. And a lot has happened since then. So, if you've watched any, and I apologize about my hair. I took a bath last night, and when I get out of the baths, and Brantley, he likes to brush my hair when I get out of my baths. And he brushed my hair for me last night, and I just went to bed like this. Okay, so I had to go get a Tums for my heartburn. And I thought, while I'm in the bathroom, I'll at least pull my crazy hair up, because I don't look like a psychopath. Anyway. So, oh my goodness, I'm gonna sneeze. I got Bentley. You can probably hear him. He is Lysoling the house. All the high points, doorknobs, light switches, stuff like that for me. He wanted to do it, so I'm gonna let him do it. Let him help out a little bit. Brantley is obviously laying down. I gotta do a lot of laundry today and get a lot of stuff done around the house, get some things finished for Brax. So, major update with Brax. Today, April 21st, I am 34 weeks and 1 day pregnant today. And I am so ready for him to be here. It has been a crazy just the last 2 weeks of the pregnancy have been really, just really insane, because I'm in and out of labor and delivery at this point. So I had to start non-stress tests or NSTs at 32 weeks, and I have to do them twice a week. This week I'm only able to do it once just because, so my husband is still working through all of this mess, and I'm not able to get into to do an NST twice this week, so unfortunately it's only going to have to be once just because I can't take my kids with me and I have nobody to watch them. So yeah. Okay. I don't even know where I was. Oh, my dog pooped in the house, so I had to clean that up. That was lovely. Anyway, so I'm not able to have NSTs twice a week. That's where I am supposed to, but this week I'm not able to. So, oh, it just looks so lovely. So the first day I went in for I was 32 weeks exactly. It was my first NST, and I went in. I had been to the hospital previously that day to go to maternal fetal medicine for just like a growth scan. And afterwards, I came home and took like an hour nap because my husband was home with the kids that day because literally nobody can go with me to my appointments at this point. So he has to watch the kids, and it's just crazy. And he's still an essential worker, so, you know, he's got to take time off work, and it's just crazy. So I went to my NST after taking like an hour nap, and Kathy, my midwife, after 2 hours sitting on an NST, she just wasn't really happy with how he looked. So she sent me to labor and delivery, back to the hospital. So I went to labor and delivery. My mom came with me. Hey! I was literally there for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes maybe. And he looked perfect, and they just sent me home. And I was like, great. That's great. And that was a Monday. And then, I can't remember the next time I went in. It's so crazy. It's so chaotic at this point. When I see my midwife that following Thursday when I was 32-3. And I had another NST. And he passed, and we were good to go, I think. I can't even remember at this point anymore. I think I was good, and that was fine. And then Sunday, that same Sunday, so I was 32-6. I had been having contractions on and off. Most of them were Braxton Hicks, so it wasn't anything like super alarming. Sunday, I started having some severe contractions, and they were like 3 to 5 minutes apart. I took a warm bath. They were very intense. I couldn't talk or breathe through them, and so I knew they were the real thing. And like after an hour and no luck of getting them to stop, my husband texted Kathy and was like, you know, she's been having contractions for about 45 minutes to an hour. They're about 3 to 5 minutes apart, blah, 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 blah. Like, they weren't lasting a full minute, but they were lasting about 30 to 45 seconds. She's like, hey, go to L&D. So I went to labor and delivery, and I was there for only about 3 hours. They were able to stop my contractions through medication. It was a pill, and you took one every 15 minutes for a total of 4. And then I also got a steroid shot in my like upper buttocks hip area. And then I was supposed to go back 24 hours later to get the second dose of that. So 24 hours later, I went back to the hospital to get the second dose of the steroid shot in my other butt cheek. This one they actually put in my butt cheek, and that was really painful. So I was 33 weeks exactly when I got the second dose of the steroid shot for his lungs. So it's just to help develop his lungs a little bit faster since I was having premature labor. And then I didn't have to have an NST that day on Monday because I literally had one at labor and delivery the night before. So then I go see my midwife last Thursday, and I was 33 weeks and 3 days. She's worried about my fluid levels because I'm a diabetic, so I have excess fluid levels. So she was supposed to call maternal fetal medicine and ask what they wanted to do, and I tried texting her a couple days ago to see what she wanted to do, if she'd heard anything, and I never heard anything back, so I don't know at this point, but I don't have an update for that. But baby boy looked really good in my appointment. Then she sent me over to do my NST, and once again, I got sent to L&D again. And the girl that hooked up my NST, she put it right on my heartbeat and his heartbeat. So when he'd move, and he'd move off the monitor, it'd get my heartbeat. So it'd look like a major deceleration, then back up when it'd pick up his heartbeat. Kathy did not know this, so she thought they were decelerations. And she's like, well, let's just get you in just to be sure. And I was like, okay. So then I go to labor and delivery, and I'm in labor and delivery for 6 hours this time, because for the first hour, they were trying to get him to have his accelerations, and he did, and he looks really good. But then as soon as they were getting to release me, my contractions picked up full force every 2 to 3 minutes. So they checked me for dilation. I wasn't dilating. So then they gave me an IV bag to see if it would help. Maybe I was a little dehydrated. Helped a little, but not enough to make the contractions stop. It made me feel a little bit better. It made baby boy a little more active, but it didn't stop the contractions like they were hoping, because dehydration can actually cause you to have contractions and stuff like that. So then they ended up giving me a shot in the arm to stop the contractions, and this one actually can have some pretty good side effects to the mom, and my heart rate shot through the roof, and I felt jittery, and I was just like, I don't like the way this makes me feel. My heart rate shot up to, I think the first time it only shot up to 115 beats per minute, and within 30 minutes the contractions were back again. So they checked me for dilation again, and I was still closed. So then they did what's called an FFN test, where they actually take a swab of my cervix and then send it to a lab, and it's fetal fiber, I can't pronounce it, but it's this stuff in your cervical mucus that can actually tell a medical provider if you're going to go into labor within 2 weeks. If it'll come back positive or negative. False positives are possible with these tests, but where I was literally in premature labor before, and now I'm in premature labor again, and they're trying to stop my contractions, they're like, this is, if it comes back positive, it's not a false positive for you. And it came back positive, of course. So then they gave me the second shot on the other arm to stop the contractions. This time, my heart rate shot up to 125 beats per minute. So they were really monitoring me. Baby was fine. And then the contractions stopped. And about 30 minutes later, they hadn't completely returned to the full magnitude of what they were. They were more sporadic, and they weren't as intense. So I was released to go home, but only because I wasn't dilating, but my cervix is never dilated. It's never had to, ever. My cervix is incompetent. It doesn't know how to. And I know that sounds weird, but that's my situation. It's my case. I've never dilated. So I didn't really feel comfortable going home, but that was Thursday. Sunday the contraction, so at 32 or 33.6, or something like that. Saturday or Sunday, just this past Saturday or Sunday, the contractions picked up again, and they were pretty intense and pretty painful, but they never got consistent enough. I never really had to time them. So, and today I am 34.1, and I've not had any contractions pretty much in 2 days. So, yeah. So my midwife wants to take me, the original plan was to take me at 39 weeks. But now my midwife is talking about getting approval from maternal to take me at 38. I don't even think I'm going to make it to 38. I really think my water is going to break, and I'm going to go into labor within the next week or two. I really believe it. And where he's had the shots for his lungs, last Thursday at 33.3, he was 5 pounds 6 ounces. I just really don't see me going 4 weeks. I just don't see it happening. I mean, if I do, great, but I just really don't think it's gonna happen. So, yeah. That's my crazy update. I'm tired, I'm uncomfortable, I can't do anything without, like, my back hurting and me getting super winded, just, like, out of breath, because my belly is just so big and I'm just so uncomfortable. So, yeah. I'm done. I'm so done. I feel bad for women that have to go beyond what I have to do. 40 weeks, 41, 42. No, ma'am. Not this woman. No. So that is my 12-week overdue update. I'm just, excuse my language, but I'm just big and bitchy right now, so I'm just okay. And I'm so tired because I don't sleep worth a crap. I just cannot get comfortable. I did not purchase a pregnancy pillow. I know that I should have, but I'm not going to at this point. I mean, I only have a couple weeks left of pregnancy at this point, 4 at the max. So there's really no point. But I just cannot get comfortable. I cannot sleep. I'm exhausted. So, yeah, that's my life. This COVID crap is, excuse my language again, but it's shitty. I'm just over it. I understand, how the hospitals have to be extra precautious. There's a lot of sick people already in the hospital, not with COVID, and they have to protect them, and they have to protect their patient, all their patients and everybody that comes into the hospital, and I completely understand that, and I agree with that, but it just sucks because my husband is the only one allowed in labor and delivery in my recovery, and the boys don't get to meet their baby brother in the hospital. And to me, I feel like the siblings should be able to, as long as they're not showing any signs of COVID, because I was with them, you know what I mean? I was with my kids before. I'm going to be with my kids before I have my baby, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It sucks. So, we had to cancel my baby shower. My baby shower was supposed to be on March 28th. We postponed it to like April. I don't even remember now. Like April 10th or 11th or 12th or something like that. That got canceled. So now baby shower is just canceled until further notice. Probably just gonna end up doing something in the summertime when he's already here and COVID is gone. Just like a barbecue or something, I don't know. And then I had to cancel my maternity pictures. Can't do my maternity pictures. And then I was gonna book a photographer for his fresh 48, so like the first 48 hours after he's born in the hospital, and I was really looking forward to getting some really cute memories and pictures of like when the boys meet him and stuff like that. You know, I mean, obviously the boys are still going to meet his brother, but it's just not how I pictured it. Not how I wanted it, not how I planned it, not nothing. So it's shitty. It really is. It sucks. You know? And I'm holding my side of my mouth because my wisdom tooth is back here on this side on the bottom. It was impacted and it broke off, but the gum split on the top, and so now it's just irritated, and so it's not fun. So that hurts. I need to go get it done. I need to go get it pulled, but I want to wait until after I have baby just to get it pulled. It's not causing me any problems. It's just the gum's just irritated. So anyway, that's my update. I'd show you my belly, but I'm in my jammies. I just don't even feel like getting up and changing. I gotta go start laundry. I gotta get the house at least a little bit cleaned up. I gotta sweep the floors. We got a vacuum and it does bare floors, and I think I'm just gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna vacuum the bare floors. And yeah, get some stuff put away and get some things organized because it needs to happen before Brex gets here. So I'm gonna go do that, and I am going to be vlogging the birth as much as possible, obviously, because like excuse me, nobody gets to be there. Like my mom, my best friend, like nobody. So I'm gonna vlog it so that everybody can at least see and feel like they were kind of a part of it. So yeah, but we'll see when that is. So I'll talk to you later.